All right, hello everybody. Let's get these scooted over so that they are in the right order, in the right spot. I'm just gonna basically chill out until some people start popping in. And we'll see what's up. Probably see that there's a lot of traditionals on the table. For those of you watching after the fact, it's kind of what we're gonna be talking about today. Don't know how many people will pop in. Hoping at least some will. I did my comment on my channel said 12, but I tend to, if I get them started earlier, then, pops up in the algorithm a little more and, kind of gets more people here. So we'll see. Let me get these all opened up so y'all can see them. Just sharpened this one the other day. You guys can probably see that. Crispy edge on this son of a gun. Need to sharpen that one. It's my otter messer. Hello, hello to those who are joining us. Just opening these up so you guys can get a good look at them. Let me know what you guys are carrying today. I'd love to see what you guys got on you. Comment those down below. Well, today I'm basically just going to be talking about these case knives because it's maybe a little bit of a channel update for you guys. But I'm going to put down what I got. You'll see it written by me. It'll have my name, but I have a small Shenangans 31, which I'll show you here in a second, and my BGM knives 52-100 spade. And that's my carry today. Got this. Those of you popping in, put your carry. What you got on you today? So there's my spade. Put that over there. And then I've got my small Shenangans on me. Howdy to everyone popping in. Comment down below if you'd like what you got on you today. Kind of just chilling out a little bit. We'll get started here in maybe another minute. But yeah, nice hot Arizona day. Figured on a day like today, it's a good day to maybe be inside and talk about some knives. Look at that patina I got on this 1095. Holy cow. That's today. That happened today. I'll go into the story here in a little bit, but that's from today. I got a little neglectful while I was, doing a patina and kind of backfired. Although I think I found a way to make it nice. So guess I'll kind of just go down the line here and tell you guys what I got. So this is the Old Timer Trapper. This is their generational series in 1095. Hold it up so you guys can see the code on it. 940TG. It's in 1095 steel. I've actually cut plenty of acidic stuff with this, and it has yet to show any discoloration. I think it's because of how well they polish the steel. Kind of just makes it harder for it to rust. Okay, so we got that. A lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. Then I have my auto messer. I believe this is the Toshin messer or pocket knife. This is just like their idea of what a pocket knife is, but listen to that close. Listen to that. And then I got to put a good amount of force, but man, that snap into place, that's quality right there. Under $100. I have sharpened this once. It's their C75. It actually took a pretty decent edge. So, all right, let's get that back on the table. I've got my Case Trapper and their old CV steel, which is kind of being phased out now. Let's kind of being phased out, but I don't know if you can see that bluish patina I got on there, that beautiful patina. And I've got a good edge on here that I did on my Hapstone sharpener, which I did on both. So this one, and then there's this blade. I sharpened both. As you can see, the patina is a little different on this one. It's kind of darker, and I kind of found out today the way to kind of get rid of the darkness and bring out the blue is you make a pot of coffee and you just keep applying it to the knife and rubbing it, and the acid from the coffee gets rid of the black and really brings out the blue. Basically, the way I found that out is because today I had cut a lemon with this to put in my water, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll leave it for a little bit and then I'll, rinse it off and then it'll be slightly darker. Well, when that happened, it basically turned really gray. Anywhere where you see the blue, it turned really gray. And so I was like, oh man. So I started dipping it in coffee in hopes of getting the rest of the blade kind of colored up. And instead of leaving the gray, it actually just kept doing purple. So if you do coffee on your patinas, it'll make them blue. It'll kind of remove some of the scale from the oxide and make them blue. And then I sharpened this guy up last night along with the mini trapper right above it. This is in their new carbon steel, so this is the 1095. It sharpened up really well. Not to mention, these are only 30 bucks. So if you're looking for just kind of a good beater slip joint and 1095, you can get some amazing patinas on that. This is my stainless mini trapper in their orange Delrin. I actually used it for an unboxing the other day. And this actually got a really good edge on it when I sharpened it last night. I kind of had to redo this one because there was a spot right there where the stone wouldn't quite get to about right there. But the bevels are uneven on this, but it actually took a pretty good edge, so I'm not too upset about that. But yeah, what do you guys got on you? The people who just came in, let me know what you guys got. Also, while we're doing that, sip and flip. We got us a Diet Coke today. A little too early to be drinking, so Diet Coke. Wonder how many of you guys are on lunch break right now. If you guys are, thanks for working hard today. Someone's got to do it. Those of you that aren't, welcome. You were just like me today. Just to show you guys, got the mini Sabenza on me today. And my BGM knives, full flat ground spade, full size. Let's kind of get into talking about these steels. That's kind of what I was wanting to do today. So I just got this guy. You guys wouldn't have seen a video on it yet. It's 1095. It actually came with a really decent edge. Kind of put case to shame. I think the only thing wrong with this guy that I really spotted was that there's a gap in between the frame and the handle material on this side, and it does translate over to both sides on here. Rather unfortunate. I will say their overall grinds, though, were good. I'm actually surprised that this wasn't ground thinner. So the case knives that I believe started a thicker stock. You guys can see that. So there's that. And there are those. This is at 22 thousandths behind the edge when I measured it using my gauge. And this was 18 to 16 thousandths behind the edge. Really good. The trappers actually did the best. This guy, the full-size trapper, did about the same as the mini, which was about 16 thousandths, like here, and then, like 18 up here. So they're nice, slicey knives. I even used this for some food prep the other day. Did some food prep, and this cut pretty dang well, actually. It kind of surprised me. I'll leave those spade blade open so you can get a little bit of the patina from the spade blade in there. And then we have the Otter Messer, which is, this is what's funny about the Otter Messer. I carried it one day when it was a little warmer in about August, and so I was sweaty. Went out sport shooting with my friend Jared, so sporting clay. We have a range here over in Mesa you can go to, and it's like this big old course. Really fun, really fun. Definitely recommend it. And I had this in my pocket, and what's funny, I don't know if you can see it, but the bolster rusted before the blade did. I mean, the blade's got some on it, but the bolster, they must use the same steel or something similar on the bolster. And so I got to get a patina on this guy so it looks a little bit more worn, and so my bolster doesn't look so bad. But the funny thing was is the wood too, even when it got wet, kind of like any loose bits that they hadn't quite polished up at the factory kind of just fell out and kind of splintered out. So the edge this took is amazing though, and it's kind of thicker. It's almost like a sturdier slip joint that you could almost kind of get away with maybe some harder tasks near the edge with. But great knife, and just listen to that. Listen to that close. Listen to that open. Oh, it's nice. If any of you guys watching like slip joints, comment down below. Maybe what's your favorite brand, favorite type. I was really surprised about this trapper, and I should have read the specs more carefully. I thought it was going to be more like these. And I was like, oh, I can do a head-to-head and see how they do. But now it's, this is even smaller than the mini trapper, so it's kind of in a category all its own. So we'll see how I like it. Definitely not as good for food prep, which is kind of what I like these slip joints for. They're kind of actually pretty good for food prep in terms of they're real slicey, and so I'll kind of have to find a niche for this to kind of fit in, and maybe I carry it as a secondary or something like that. But as far as it goes, a little bit surprised. I'll have to see if they make a larger version of this knife, or a larger folder I can try out from them. Just got this yesterday. That patina is so new, and I kind of had to fix it using the coffee. The edge from the, it's an all right edge from the Case factory. Not as good as it probably should be, for real extensive use. But I'm excited to see how it does sharpened up, and I kind of like I really like the orange. I think this is corn cob jigged bone, something like that. I had the box over. It's Autumn Bone Deep Canyon Jig Sodbuster Jr. in 1095. That's a Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive. Any of you looking for those? Cheers. Any of you guys having a nice cool refreshment on a hot day like it is today? At least it is here in Arizona. See, my favorite one so far that I probably like the most is actually this trapper. The yellow trapper. I didn't think, because it's kind of just plain, but I really like it. I love the fit and finish of the Otter messers. I really, really wish that they would have, like, that case would have similar fit and finish to this, because this is freaking astounding. C75, it's like it's kind of their European carbon steel equivalent. So now let's get into talking about schedule on the channel, unless anyone has any questions. If anyone has any questions, just shoot them down below as we're going through. All right, doesn't look like we have any questions. So let's get into an update and kind of where the channel is right now, in terms of what you guys are going to be seeing from me, now that school for me is kind of coming to an end. My goal is going to be at least to post a video either every day or every other day, and just kind of see what I can get going for you guys, just so that there's more content. But I'll be working more, which means I'll get more use on the knives, and so like that K390 carry. Sorry, we just got a question. Let me just finish up, and then I got your question, Eugene. Eugene Krabs is in Mr. Krabs. It'll allow me, I think, to get through and finish up the carries I'm doing a lot quicker, so that we can get through some more content. What I will say for your sod buster is that I wouldn't recommend, you know, it's a bone handle. I wouldn't recommend taking a hammer to it or a press to it because the bone's not going to hold up too well to that. I think it's probably more of a tolerance issue. You could probably send it back into case saying that there is severe blade play, you know, side to side, and you know, see what they kind of say. But I mean, this one, not really any blade play. This one, some blade play, you know, and even if I go to here, some blade play, you know, it's kind of just par for the course with case. Some blade play there. Let's see about my trapper. Yeah, probably a little more than the mini on that one. I can pull it to one side and the handle skill starts to lift. Yeah, I'd send it back to case. In all reality, I'd give him a call and say, hey, I got so much blade play on this that the scales are literally starting to separate on the knife from side to side. I'd be curious to hear what they say, but I wouldn't be surprised if they said, you know, send it in, we'll see what we can do, or we'll send you a replacement, or, you know, something along those lines. Is it the amber bone? Is it the amber, like the 6.5 stag bone, or the amber bone? It's kind of thinner scales, you know, versus something like this and stainless blade. Just type in my response as well, just so people know. But yeah, I would send it to case and see what they can do. Now, in terms of getting back to the channel update, I'm hoping to get some more content out for you guys. I'm hoping that even though I'm kind of focusing on, you know, other steels on my off days because I use these for food prep and such, I could probably do some steel reviews on something like John's 52-100 that he offers, or the Open L carbon steel, or the case carbon steel, just because these get dull pretty quick, and if it's something that if I'm just doing food prep for, I could offer a review on the steel and still get you guys some content. It probably wouldn't be something where there'd be like a full journal on it, you know. I do have my sharpening notes, but in terms of my sharpening notes, I mean, let's see what I got. BGM 52-100. Open L Carbone, I've sharpened a couple of those. They're stainless. CPM M4. Let's see, I should have KCV. I probably need to throw another edge on my clip point, although they've been stropping back phenomenally. They really have been. The True Sharp stainless actually takes a hell of an edge. Very, very much surprised me. And then I actually sharpened up some Bucks 420 high carbon. Holy cow, that was hard to say. Which I think actually did a better job than... Sorry, I think the case stainless does a better job of sharpening than Bucks 420 high carbon. Could be a burnt edge. You know, it was also on a recurve on their Spitfire, so it just didn't look that good. I think you can call. I'm pretty sure you can call. Eugene, you can call. And so, in terms of the channel, you should have some more content coming out. I'm not sure if my first episode has come out yet, but there should be a flashlight series going in tangent with the multi-tool series, which I probably need to finish up for the Leatherman Free T4. There should be that kind of running concurrent because Streamlight sent that to me, and I told them I'd carry it while I was at work and get right back to them. Just to kind of show you what I have been using it for, oftentimes when I'm filming, it's not daylight. I'm getting natural light, but oftentimes what I'll do is you can kind of see how that kind of brightens it up. That's what I've been using the flashlight for, actually, a lot of the time, and it works really, really well. It's 1,000 lumens, so even if it's, you know, daylight coming in here, it works phenomenally. K390 is probably about to be finished up. For those of you wondering, I think I've almost killed that Delica edge. I think that is almost done. And then we'll move on. I think I'm only going to do one edge on the Endura. And once I'm done with the Endura, I've kind of talked to the patrons on Patreon, and we're going to do 15V. So y'all should be ready for some 15V videos cranking out during summer. I'm really excited to see what we can do with that steel and see how we can get it to perform and how it performs on the PM2. I wish I could have gotten a Manix as well, but I got a PM2 and 15V that we're going to carry, and I think it'll be really, really fun for everyone, including me, just to see how it does. Maybe get a nice patina on the 15V. But yeah, I mean, I'm really excited for what's coming up on the channel. And I do really want to do a carry on these traditional knives, just maybe a month of traditional knives, because I don't expect these are going to last, you know, any one of these edges will last me a month. It'll probably last me, you know, a couple days at work, and then I'll need to sharpen it or strop it, which we have strops at work because I brought them there. So stropping will be no problem. But so far from what I see from the carbon steels is they last probably about as long as the stainless, if not a little less, but they strop back phenomenally. Like this drops back well. This dropped well when I was sharpening it. Burr removed phenomenally. But I'm really excited to see how those kind of turn out. Maybe any questions from the audience in terms of how the channel is maybe going to be going forward. You should expect maybe some daily content to hit. And you've probably noticed I've been posting a little more. So if anyone has any questions in the audience in terms of how the channel is going to be kind of moving forward, just kind of shoot those down below, and I'll let you know here in a second or two. I know a lot of people are at work, so it's not a Saturday, so in terms of getting a lot of people on the live probably isn't a thing right now. So I figured this would be kind of more of announcements, or if anyone had any questions. Probably want to order a couple more of these Automessers. Don't know if I'll order another Leatherman or not. Sorry, not Leatherman, Old Timer. Just because they're so freaking small, and I tend to like a knife at least this size with this much blade. You know, the mini trapper's fine too. You know, I tend to like a knife about that size. I really like traditional knives about the size of this trapper. I mean, the trapper might be my favorite model from Case. Two blades, they're, you know, nice big clip point. You get good geometry on them. Mini trapper's probably a close second. So, but yeah, it looks like everyone's kind of dropping out. All right, so I guess we will call it here. Any questions about kind of the channel moving forward, again, just leave them down below. I would love to answer them. Maybe anything about the slip joints, maybe any of the steels we're going to be testing out. I'm thinking we're going to do finish K390, which should happen really soon. We are going to do 15V. We'll move on to 4V, and then after 4V, I want to do a stainless. So we'll see where we are there. Maybe we'll finally do our 20 CV, you know, showdown. You know, maybe we'll finally do that and kind of get everything sorted. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Subscribe if you like what you see. And if you do like what you see, don't forget to hit that notification bell. It lets you know when I post. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay sharp.